Let me tell you a story. Years ago, a young man came to me asking for advice. He was frustrated that his life wasn't moving forward. That opportunity seemed to pass him by. He said, "Mr. Rohn, I need a change of environment. I need new circumstances." And I told him something that changed his life. I said, "No, you don't need to change your environment. You need to change you, and then your environment will change." That's the fundamental truth I want to share with you today. Focus on you until you win. Some of you might be thinking, is that selfish? To focus on myself? No, my friends, it's not selfish. It's necessary. It's like what they tell you on airplanes. Put your own oxygen mask on first before helping others. You cannot give what you do not have. You cannot lead where you have not been. You cannot share wisdom you do not possess. So let's talk about how we focus on ourselves until we win. What does that really mean? First, it means taking full responsibility for your life. Most people want to blame something outside themselves for their lack of progress. They blame the economy, they blame their boss, they blame their spouse, they blame their background. But successful people take full responsibility. They say, if it's to be, it's up to me. I learned long ago that you can't cross the sea by merely staring in the water. You've got to make the decision to get in the boat and start rowing. Wishing won't get you there. Complaining won't get you there. Only action, discipline, consistent action will get you there. The key is to stop making excuses. Excuses are the nails that build the house of failure. Every time you make an excuse, you're adding another nail. Pretty soon you've built yourself a prison of your own making. I want you to try something. For the next 30 days, refuse to make excuses. When something goes wrong, and things will go wrong, instead of saying, that's just my luck, or that's just the way things are. Say instead, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? How can I use this to make me better? The second part of focusing on you until you win is developing a personal philosophy. Your philosophy determines your attitude. Your attitude determines your actions. Your actions determine your results. And your results determine your lifestyle. So many people want to change their results without changing their philosophy. It doesn't work that way. You have to start at the root. What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about success? What do you believe about failure? What do you believe about work? What do you believe about relationships? Here's what I believe. I believe that with the right philosophy, anyone can create an extraordinary life. I believe that success leaves clues, and if you follow the clues, you can be successful too. I believe that the same wind blows on all of us, the wind of opportunity, the wind of disaster, the wind of change. It's not the blowing of the wind, but the setting of your sails that determines your direction. Let me give you an example of how philosophy affects results. Two people lose their jobs. One says, this is terrible, everything is ruined. The other says, this could be the best thing that's ever happened to me. Now I have the opportunity to find something better. Same circumstance, different philosophy, and guess what? Different results will follow. The third part of focusing on you until you win is developing discipline. Discipline is the bridge between thought and accomplishment. It's the glue that holds your dreams together. It's what turns your goals into achievements. Most people want to skip the discipline. They want the success without the struggle, the reward without the work, the victory without the battle. But life doesn't work that way. The law of sowing and reaping is always in effect. I often tell people that there are two types of pain in life, the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. You choose which one you'll carry. Discipline is doing what you know needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. It's getting up early to study when you'd rather sleep in. It's saving money when you'd rather spend. It's having that difficult conversation when you'd rather avoid it. It's doing the right thing even when no one is watching. And here's the interesting thing about discipline. It starts hard but gets easier. Lack of discipline starts easy but gets harder. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the rewards are permanent. The fourth part of focusing on you until you win is continuous learning. The most valuable asset you'll ever have is your mind and what you put into it. I've always been a student. I've always been hungry to learn, to grow, to develop. Jim Rohn's Guide to Reading, read something of value every day. Something that will give you ideas, inspiration, insight. Don't just read for entertainment, read for education. Don't just read to pass the time, read to pass the test of time. You know, some people read so little they have rickets of the mind. They're mentally malnourished. And then they wonder why opportunities pass them by, why they can't seem to get ahead. Well, here's why. They haven't prepared themselves. They haven't developed their mind. I recommend reading biographies of successful people. Why? Because success leaves clues. If you want to be healthy, study healthy people. If you want to be wealthy, study wealthy people. If you want to be happy, study happy people. It's not rocket science, but it is a science. The science of success. And don't just read books. Listen to audio programs, attend seminars. Find mentors. Join masterminds. Surround yourself with people who are where you want to be. Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So choose your associations wisely. The 5th part of focusing on you until you win is managing your emotions. Your emotions are powerful forces. They can either work for you or against you. Most people let their emotions drive their actions. Successful people drive their emotions. Let me give you an example. 2 people feel fear. One person lets the fear paralyze them. The other person acknowledges the fear but takes action anyway. Same emotion, different management, different results. You have to learn to master your emotions, especially the negative ones. Fear, doubt, worry, frustration, disappointment. These emotions will come. You can't stop them from showing up, but you can stop them from moving in and taking over. How do you master your emotions? First, by being aware of them. Most people aren't even aware of how they feel, they just react. Second, by understanding that emotions aren't facts. Just because you feel something doesn't make it true. Third, by developing rituals that put you in a positive emotional state: gratitude, visualization, affirmation, physical exercise. The 6th part of focusing on you until you win is taking care of your health. Your health is your wealth. Without health, all the success in the world means nothing. I'm amazed at how many people neglect their health in pursuit of success. They work 16-hour days, eat junk food, don't exercise, don't sleep enough, and then wonder why they burn out. That's not success, that's slow suicide. Success isn't just about making money. It's about creating a life of balance, harmony, and joy. And that includes physical vitality. So eat well, move your body, get enough rest, manage your stress. These aren't just good health practices, they're good success practices. Because when you feel good physically, you perform better mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. The 7th part of focusing on you until you win is developing your character. Character is the foundation upon which all permanent success is built. Without character, success is like a house built on sand, it won't last. Character is doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. It's being honest even when no one is looking. It's keeping your promises. It's treating people with dignity and respect. It's taking responsibility for your mistakes. Your character is your most valuable asset. It's what people trust. It's what people respect. It's what people remember about you long after they've forgotten everything else. And here's the thing about character. It's not something you're born with. It's something you develop. You develop it by making right choices, especially when those choices are difficult. You develop it by living according to principles, not expediency. The 8th part of focusing on you until you win is cultivating gratitude. Gratitude is the antidote to many negative emotions: envy, resentment, regret, frustration. When you're grateful, you can't be upset at the same time. Most people focus on what they don't have. Successful people focus on what they do have. It's a fundamental difference in perspective that creates a fundamental difference in results. Start and end each day with gratitude. Be thankful for your health, your family, your opportunities, your experiences, even the difficult ones, because they make you stronger. Be thankful for the country you live in, the time in history you live in, the people who have helped you along the way. Gratitude isn't just a nice sentiment, it's a success strategy. It shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right, from what's missing to what's present, from what you lack to what you have. The 9th part of focusing on you until you win is developing resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to keep going when things get tough. Life will knock you down. That's a given. The question is, will you get back up? And how quickly will you get back up? I've never met a successful person who hasn't failed many times. The difference between them and everyone else is that they didn't let failure define them. They let failure refine them. They used it as feedback, not as a reason to quit. When you face a setback and don't ask, why me? Ask, what now? Don't say, I can't believe this happened. Say, what can I learn from this? Don't think this is the end. Think this is a new beginning. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you develop. You develop it by facing challenges and overcoming them, by getting knocked down and getting back up, by experiencing failure and trying again. The 10th part of focusing on you until you win is setting and achieving goals. Goals are the targets that focus your energy, the destinations that guide your journey. Without goals, you're like a ship without a rudder, drifting wherever the currents take you. With goals, you're like a ship with a clear destination, navigating with purpose and direction. But not just any goals will do. Your goals need to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. They need to be written down. They need to be reviewed regularly. They need to be broken down into actionable steps. And most importantly, they need to be your goals, not someone else's goals for you. They need to align with your values, your strengths, your passions. When you set a goal, you're making a commitment to yourself. You're saying, this matters to me. This is worth working for. This is worth sacrificing for. And when you achieve a goal, you're not just getting the outcome, you're becoming the kind of person who can achieve that outcome. And that transformation is the real prize. The 11th part of focusing on you until you win is developing your unique abilities. Each of us has natural talents, things we do easily and well. When you focus on developing these abilities, you create extraordinary value. Most people make the mistake of trying to be good at everything. Successful people focus on being exceptional at a few things, things that leverage their natural strengths. You know yourself. Know what you're good at. Know what you're not good at. Develop your strengths. Manage around your weaknesses either by improving them to a functional level or by delegating them to others who are strong where you are weak. The marketplace rewards specialization. It pays for expertise. It pays for excellence. Find your niche, your unique contribution, and develop it to the highest level. The 12th part of focusing on you until you win is serving others. This might seem contradictory, focusing on you by focusing on others. But it's not. The most fulfilled people are those who find ways to use their gifts to serve others. Success without contribution is hollow. Achievement without positive impact is empty. You were designed not just to get, but to give, not just to consume, but to contribute. When you focus on serving others, on solving problems, on adding value, on making a difference, you not only create external rewards, recognition, compensation, opportunity, but you also create internal rewards, fulfillment, purpose, meaning. I've known wealthy people who were miserable because they never discovered this truth. And I've known people of modest means who were deeply fulfilled because they lived to serve, to contribute, to make a difference. The 13th part of focusing on you until you win is developing courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's taking action despite fear. Every significant achievement requires courage. The courage to start, the courage to continue, the courage to face uncertainty, the courage to risk failure, the courage to be different. Most people let fear stop them. They're afraid of failure, afraid of rejection, afraid of criticism, afraid of change. But successful people feel the fear and do it anyway. Courage, like most virtues, grows with practice. The more often you face your fears, the more courageous you become. Each time you do something that scares you, you expand your comfort zone. What was once terrifying becomes merely challenging. What was once challenging becomes comfortable. The 14th part of focusing on you until you win is being authentic. In a world that's constantly telling you to be someone else, to look like this person, to talk like that person, to live like those people, one of the most courageous things you can do is to be yourself. Authenticity is not about lacking improvement. It's about building on who you truly are rather than trying to be someone you're not. It's about leveraging your natural strengths rather than trying to be strong where you're naturally weak. When you're authentic, you don't waste energy pretending. You don't exhaust yourself trying to be all things to all people. You focus your energy on being the best version of who you actually are. And here's the paradox. When you stop trying to be like everyone else, you become remarkable. When you stop following the crowd, you become someone worth following. The 15th part of focusing on you until you win is managing your time. Time is your most precious resource. You can get more money, more things, more stuff, but you can't get more time. How you spend your time is how you spend your life. You waste your time, you waste your life. If you invest your time, you invest in your life. Successful people are ruthless about protecting their time. They say no to activities that don't align with their goals. They delegate tasks that others can do. They eliminate time wasters. They focus on high-value activities that move them toward their goals. Productivity isn't about doing more things, it's about doing the right things. It's not about being busy, it's about getting results. The 16th part of focusing on you until you win is developing financial literacy. Money is not the most important thing in life, but it affects everything that is important. It affects your health, your relationships, your peace of mind, your ability to contribute, your capacity to pursue your dreams. Most people struggle financially not because they don't earn enough, but because they don't know how to manage what they earn. They've never been taught the fundamentals of financial literacy. How to budget, how to save, how to invest, how to create multiple streams of income, how to make their money work for them instead of them always working for money. Financial freedom doesn't mean being rich. It means having enough passive income to cover your living expenses without having to work. It means having options, having choices, having control over your time. The 17th part of focusing on you until you win is cultivating patience. We live in an instant gratification society. People want success now, results now, rewards now, but true success takes time. It takes effort. It takes persistence. Most people overestimate what they can achieve in a year and underestimate what they can achieve in 10 years. They give up too soon, not realizing how close they were to breakthrough. Success is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's not about intensity, it's about consistency. It's not about making one big right decision, it's about making many small right decisions day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. The 18th part of focusing on you until you win is developing communication skills. Your ability to express yourself clearly and persuasively determines much of your success in life. Communication is how you share your ideas, how you inspire others, how you build relationships, how you resolve conflicts, how you sell your products or services. Develop your vocabulary. Learn to tell stories. Practice public speaking. Become a good listener. Learn to write clearly. These skills will serve you in every area of life. The 19th part of focusing on you until you win is building bound relationships. No one succeeds alone. We all need others for support, for guidance, for collaboration, for encouragement. Invest in your relationships. Treat people with dignity and respect. Be generous with your time, your knowledge, your resources. Keep your promises. Show appreciation. Be loyal. Be trustworthy. And be selective about the relationships you cultivate. Remember, you become like the people you spend the most time with. So choose to spend time with people who lift you up, who challenge you to be better, who share your values and support your goals. The 20th part of focusing on you until you win is developing a positive attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. It's the lens through which you see the world, and it colors everything you experience. A positive attitude doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means facing challenges with confidence rather than fear, seeing opportunities rather than obstacles, focusing on solutions rather than complaints. Your attitude is a choice, and it's a choice you make every day, every hour, every minute. Choose wisely because your attitude will determine much of what happens to you. The 21st part of focusing on you until you win is taking intelligent risks. All growth requires risk. All progress requires venturing into the unknown, the untried, the uncertain. Most people are so afraid of making mistakes that they miss opportunities. They play it so safe that they end up sorry. But successful people understand the difference between reckless risks and intelligent risks. Reckless risks are taken without preparation, without calculation, without a backup plan. Intelligent risks are taken after careful consideration, with proper preparation, with a willingness to learn from whatever happens. Don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid not to try. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Be afraid of making the mistake of not growing, not reaching, not stretching. The 22nd part of focusing on you until you win is celebrating progress. Most people wait until they reach their final destination before they celebrate. But successful people celebrate progress along the way. When you celebrate small wins, you build momentum. You create positive emotions that fuel continued effort. You strengthen your belief in your ability to achieve your larger goals. Don't wait until you made it to feel good about yourself. Feel good about yourself now, as you're making progress, as you're growing, as you're becoming. The 23rd part of focusing on you until you win is creating balance. Success isn't just about achievement in one area of life. It's about creating harmony among all the important areas: health, relationships, career, finances, spirituality, personal growth, recreation. Too many people sacrifice their health for wealth, only to spend their wealth trying to regain their health. Too many sacrifice their family for career, only to find their career hollow without family to share it with. Don't make that mistake. Create rhythms of work and rest, giving and receiving, striving and savoring. Life is not a destination, it's a journey. And the journey should be enjoyed. The 24th part of focusing on you until you win is having faith. Faith in yourself. Faith in others. Faith in a higher power. Faith in the future. Faith isn't about knowing exactly how everything will work out. It's about moving forward despite not knowing. It's about believing in possibilities. It's about trusting the process. Without faith, it's easy to give up when things get tough. With faith, you find the strength to persevere, to overcome, to triumph. Now, let me bring all of this together. Focusing on you until you win means taking full responsibility for your life. It means developing a personal philosophy based on principles that work. It means cultivating discipline, doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. It means continuous learning, managing your emotions, taking care of your health, and developing your character. It means cultivating gratitude, developing resilience, setting and achieving goals, and developing your unique abilities. It means serving others, developing courage, being authentic, and managing your time. It means developing financial literacy, cultivating patience, and improving your communication skills. It means building strong relationships, maintaining a positive attitude, taking intelligent risks, celebrating progress, creating balance, and having faith. But here's what focusing on you until you win doesn't mean. It doesn't mean being selfish or self-centered. It doesn't mean ignoring the needs of others. It doesn't mean pursuing success at any cost. True success is not just about what you achieve, it's about who you become in the process. It's not just about what you acquire, it's about what you contribute. It's not just about reaching a destination, it's about living a life of meaning, purpose, and joy. So my friends, focus on you until you win. Invest in yourself. Develop yourself. Become more so that you can have more, do more, give more. Remember, success is not about luck or circumstance. It's not about where you start, it's about where you finish. It's not about what happens to you. It's about what happens in you. Many of you are thinking, but Mr. Rohn, it's too late for me. I've made too many mistakes. I've wasted too much time. I've missed too many opportunities. Let me tell you something. It's never too late to become what you might have been. It's never too late to change your life. It's never too late to focus on you until you win. I know people who completely transformed their lives in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, even their 70s. They decided it was time for a change, and they made that change happen. One of my mentors used to say, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. The same is true for personal development. The best time to start was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So don't wait for the perfect time, the perfect circumstance, the perfect opportunity. There is no perfect time. There is only now, and now is all you need to begin. Start small if you must, but start. Read a book, take a class, join a group, find a mentor. Set a goal, take a risk, make a commitment. Do something, anything that moves you in the direction of your dreams. And when you face obstacles, and you will remember that obstacles are not placed in your path to stop you, they're placed there to test how badly you want what you claim to want. They're not there to defeat you, they're there to develop you. The size of the problem is never the issue, it's the size of you that matters. And when you focus on growing yourself, when you focus on becoming more, the problems that once seemed insurmountable become stepping stones to success. You see, life doesn't get better by chance, it gets better by change. And the change begins with you. Not with your circumstances, not with other people, not with the economy or the government or the weather or anything else outside your control. The change begins with you. When you change, everything changes. When you grow, everything grows. When you improve, everything improves. So let me ask you, what are you waiting for? What's holding you back? What excuse are you hiding in behind? Whatever it is, let it go. Right here, right now, make a decision to focus on you until you win. Make a decision to become all that you're capable of becoming. Make a decision to live a life of no regrets, a life of growth, a life of contribution, a life of significance. Because here's the truth, you have greatness within you. You have potential that's barely been tapped. You have gifts, talents, abilities that are waiting to be developed, expressed, shared. Don't go to your grave with your music still in you. Don't live a life of quiet desperation, settling for less than you're capable of. Don't look back at the end of your life and say, I wish I had, or I wish I would have, or I wish I could have. Live now in such a way that later you can look back and say, I'm glad I did. Live now in such a way that your future self will thank you. Focus on you until you win, not because you're selfish, but because that's the only way you can truly serve others. Not because you're self-centered, but because that's the only way you can become the person you were meant to be. Remember what I said at the beginning, before you can conquer the marketplace, you must first conquer yourself. Before you can have more, you must become more. Success is not something you pursue, it's something you attract by the person you become. Now let me leave you with a final thought. Life is not just about getting what you want, it's about becoming who you're capable of being. It's not just about achieving goals, it's about fulfilling purpose. It's not just about accumulating possessions, it's about creating value, making a difference, leaving a legacy. As you focus on you until you win, keep this broader perspective in mind. Yes, work on yourself. Yes, develop your skills. Yes, expand your knowledge. Yes, increase your income. But do it not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of all those your life touches. Because when you win, when you become all that you're capable of being, when you fulfill your purpose, when you make your unique contribution, everyone wins. Your family wins, your community wins, the world wins. So focus on you until you win. And when you win, use your success to help others win too. That's not just success, that's significance. And isn't that what we all really want? Not just to be successful, but to be significant. Not just to make a living, but to make a difference. You can do it. I believe in you. Now go out there and make it happen. Focus on you until you win. And then help others do the same. Thank you.